I'm Brian Ridgway, and for anybody who tuned in last time and had a little look at what I'd got to say, then you'll know that I've been involved in the local community for some considerable time. This is really a follow-up to say that the march that we had and that many people went on was highly successful. There were 400 plus people in there, all making a noise, of all ages, and I was really pleased to see the little ones, and I was really pleased to see those that couldn't make it all up the hill, which is a mile plus, right? Managed to get there anyway. We met in the car park. The pub was open, although I will say I didn't get a drink out of anybody. I had to buy my own drink, but that's just one of them things. It was not a good day out because there was a really serious point to be made, but I think that point was made very, very well. And the point that I'm trying to make about that type of community is there was a camaraderie. People looked at each other. Everyone had something to say in common. I've not had that feeling with a group of people probably since I was around the teenagers years, and I was banning the bomb in those days. So, and as you can see, it's a long way back. But looking at the group of people that were there, that's a community in itself. And you broaden it out. There was a number of people. They come from Lancashire, they come from South Yorkshire, from Nottinghamshire, from the bottom end of Derbyshire, all the way around. It was as if a collective had got together with one mindset. But within that, the community of Eckington, the community of Marsh Lane, Eckington Central, South, North, and through to Renishire was there supporting the people in what's known as Eckington Parish. And that was really, really important. So I started to reflect on, while this melee is all going on around, and people are coming in and, if you like, bringing their machines in, and everyone sort of moving towards and concentrating on that, normal life's going on. Real life is actually happening. So by the time you finished that on the Saturday, there were a number of people who weren't there. Why weren't they there? Because we have Eckington Boys Football Club, if you like. Eckington Boys Football Club, I don't know, 10 teams, 15 kids in a team. Work it out for yourself. Another 5 people, real heroes in this world, right, who give their time. So there's all that happens on a Saturday, that happens on a Sunday as well, you know, and everyone's getting on with their lives. And it's interesting to look at Eckington as it is. So I started to reflect on it, I have to tell you, started to reflect on it, and working my way back. I'm looking at the town centre, I'm looking at what goes on in the library. Massive amount of stuff goes on in the library. There's also, of course, the library gardens now open. Next door to it, the Civic Centre. Right? They've started doing discos, they've started doing daytime Pilates and yoga, they have luncheon clubs going on, there are dance groups going on, there are meeting rooms going on, and I believe that they're going to move towards weddings as well soon. So this is a community that is not just thriving, you know, it's growing. It's growing, and these things are happening all the way around. So at the one end of the community, you've got people who want to bring their lorries in, they want to frack, they want to pollute the air, as we've already discussed. And on the other side, of course, you've got the district council who've got their local plan out for consultation. Everyone's up in arms about that. Just having a little look, they're going to build so many houses here, a few dozen here, a few dozen there, maybe 100 here and 100 there. The reality of it is, this is a community under pressure, and yet things continue to happen and things continue to go on. And it isn't left to the hardcore. Looking across that group of people, these are the people that take part in all these activities. So they up the ante and they put their protest down at the same time as living their everyday lives. And as Eckington itself starts to grow, and we know that there's a section of Eckington probably down the precinct way, which isn't that salubrious as far as thriving shops and everything else is concerned. Though they've got some good cafes, got some hairdressers, and there's a knitting shop and a craft shop down there. Absolutely fantastic, and a pub at the end. You know, part of it's not that good. You know, and I think what the library's trying to do, and what the civic centre's trying to do, is create a nighttime activity. If you can create a nighttime activity and economy, right, then people will start to use the town centre a lot more. We have the car parks, they're all free. The council is spending 1.35, I think, on the swimming pool. 1.35 million is an awful lot to come into Eckington, right? And we'll have bigger fitness suites, the swimming pool will be more customer friendly, and there'll be places where you can use it as a family, and that's what it's all about, you know. Just to throw that at you, I'm just reflecting on what's going on. I'm just reflecting on what's happening in the community, you know, and I look at what's happening across one side, Eckington Woods being going into private hands these days. And there are a few people protesting about that as well, because some of the footpaths are being cut off and there are things happening there. And everybody's got their own agenda while their ordinary lives are going on. And we're all doing that. And we're all doing that. So this movement, if you like, will spread across, and other people in my own village of Renishire. Renishire has an awful lot going on. The building we're sitting in now has 5, 6, 7 groups going on. You know, that's absolutely amazing. It has its own sports hall just outside the school, you know, and we have the Methodist Church where there's something going on today. I think they give away free bacon sandwiches and cup of tea. So why I'm sitting here, I don't actually know. But the reality of it is, those are people getting on with their ordinary lives. But there is a thought that the fracking will come to Renishire, right? We already know that it's going to Staveley. That's already been published, right? There is a marker on the map which looks at Renishire and the woods outside of Renishire. We'll have to accommodate, just the same as Marsh Lane are accommodate, and we will have to change our lives round to form a protest or doing whatever we're doing, and that's what we'll do. But it's marvellous how people's lives are absolutely enriched, and yet they can still find time to protect the community, to protect their own, to protect the children, and actually bang on the table and say, Mr. Government, we don't want this to happen. In a few months' time, you'll have an election, right? That's a county council election will come along, and I'll be there with my banner, and I want in, you know, there's no problem there, and we're going to get people coming over. We've already got them telling us how we should do things and how we shouldn't do things, and what's good for us and what's bad for us, and how we've been administrated for some considerable time. Well, to be honest with you, we look okay. We're in good shape. I've talked to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of new friends, as I say, this new family that's come together. And it's not all about fracking, we talk about other things, you know, but I've talked, and actually we manage our own affairs very, very well. And this is a community to be proud of, and this is people who are proud of their community, and that's where we should be.